A federal judge is rejecting arguments made by an artificial intelligence company that its chatbots are protected by the First Amendment. Now, this comes as the developers behind Character AI are seeking to dismiss a lawsuit alleging the company's chatbots pushed a teenage boy to kill himself. The boy's mother alleges that her 14-year-old son fell victim to a Character AI chatbot that pulled him into what she described as an emotionally and sexually abusive relationship that eventually led to his suicide.
I want to bring in Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes. Khalif, when we're talking about AI, it's kind of the wild, wild west as far as it comes to the court system. But can the chatbot be protected by something that is meant for humans?
It seems like the answer to that right now is no. That's what the judge says. And we've covered this before in the past. When this story originally broke, we covered this and we talked about how this lawsuit would play out, or how I expected it to play out. And I expected that the judge would do exactly what they were saying here, that this is not a defense to say that, you know what, they have First Amendment rights to be able to speak and say the things like me and you would and have those protections. The judge did say what I also alleged, that at some point, the receivers of this information have a First Amendment right. Remember, I always talk about how speech is not just what you say, but it's also your access or your ability to access it. So the judge clarified that to make sure that's there. There's a couple other things that I didn't see coming. The judge said that Google could also be connected to this case. And Google came back and said, well, we're trying to figure out how. The inventors, the founders of this company, yeah, they worked at Google for some time, but when they started this app and they started this product, they weren't and had no connection to Google. And so I was assuming that Google would be removed. But typically, you add anyone you can to a lawsuit and wait to see if a judge can remove them. Google was expecting to be removed just like I was, and the judge said, no, you guys can stay on this case.
Khalif, what legal responsibilities do some of these AI companies have when it comes to preventing interactions with minors, those kind of things? This opens the door to a lot here.
I think they have a responsibility. You've seen that with folks attempting to try to make sure that parents have, supervision where they're signing off on their children before they get on social media apps. But this is going to be like any other tort claim. You'll have a duty, breach, causation, and damages, right? And so, yeah, do you have a duty to protect the information that these kids are getting access to? That's going to be the ultimate question. Normally in a tort claim, I'm not worried about the duty part. It's going to be there. You have a duty not to punch me or run me over with your car. That's normal, right? You have a duty and you've now breached that because you've hit me. And normally in tort claims cases, causation is the hardest part. But for your actions, would I have not been hurt? In this case, it's really not going to get to causation if you can't get past duty. And to Jason's question, do parents, do these companies, who has the duty? Do I have a duty to protect your kid from talking to an AI bot? And then if we actually get to causation, even if they've had these conversations with your child, is it really but for these conversations your child would have committed suicide? And I'm not sure if that answer would be yes. So I think this lawsuit has a number of hurdles before it gets to some completion. But as I mentioned a number of times in the past, lawsuits like this, you really just want them to go away. Even if you could win them in the long run, you still lose in the court of public opinion, which you don't want to lose in.
Yeah, well, it's tough to explain and defend a teenager taking their life and saying why your company isn't responsible. Khalif, looking in the future, do you think that AI companies are going to look to maybe have a box where you have to opt in and say, do you understand what you're getting into before you engage with the chatbot to protect them legally?
I think you will. You probably, and they probably already have something like that in their user agreements. The thing is, most folks aren't reading it. All you're attempting to do is download it as fast as you can, especially if you're like a 13 or 14-year-old kid. You're clearly not reading it. If me as an adult, that's an attorney, is not reading it. But if you have some secondary mechanism in place, specifically having things where a parent needs to have interactions, where there's a bot like this that's not a kid's toy. It's not like you're playing Roblox or something. You're literally downloading a thing that's going to have adult and human interactions. Yeah, you want to have some adult supervision. You want to have some adult awareness of what this actually can do. And then I think that will actually help this situation. And so that would probably be a part of any negotiation that I would have if I'm representing the family. Yeah, we have this monetary amount, but also moving forward, we want to make sure that we protect this from happening to anyone else. Make sure you have these procedures in place so other parents are aware of what's happening.
Yeah. All right, Khalif, thanks so much. I appreciate it.